Have you ever wondered how a college kid with no money and just a crazy idea could create one of the world's most iconic brands? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the incredible story of how Nike came to be. Picture this. It's the early 1960s, and a young Phil Knight is studying journalism at the University of Oregon. He's also running track, where he meets coach Bill Bowerman. Little did they know, this chance encounter would change the course of their lives in the entire sports industry. Fast forward a bit, and Knight finds himself at Stanford, where he has a light bulb moment. What if he could import Japanese running shoes to compete with the dominant German brands? It was a wild idea, but Knight was determined to make it happen. So, with nothing but guts and determination, Knight hops on a plane to Kobe, Japan. He walks into the Onitsuka Company, the makers of Tiger shoes, and pitches himself as their U.S. distributor. On the spot, he comes up with a company name, Blue Ribbon Sports. Talk about thinking on your feet. Back in the States, Knight convinces Bowerman to join him as a co-founder. They scrape together enough money to place an order for 300 pairs of shoes. Now, here's where it gets interesting. How do you sell 300 pairs of unknown shoes? Knight's solution: hit the track meets. He goes from event to event, selling shoes out of the trunk of his car. It's not glamorous, but it works. As sales start to pick up, they expand their operation using commission sales reps. These passionate runners become the backbone of their grassroots marketing strategy. They're not just selling shoes, spreading the word about this new brand that understands what runners really need. But Knight and Bowerman aren't content with just selling shoes. They want to make them better. Bowerman, ever the innovator, starts tinkering with shoe designs in his workshop. He's pouring rubber into waffle irons, trying to create the perfect sole. It's this relentless pursuit of improvement that sets them apart. Their efforts pay off when they create the Cortez model. It's a hit, and suddenly, Blue Ribbon Sports is on the map. But with success comes new challenges. Tensions start to grow with Onitsuka over control, supply, and creative input. Is a classic case of the student outgrowing the master. Things come to a head when Onitsuka tries to dilute their contract. Knight and Bowerman realize it is time to take the leap and produce their own shoes under a new brand. What to call it? Their first choice gets shot down, and they're back to the drawing board. Enter Jeff Johnson, an employee with a knack for mythology. He suggests Nike, after the Greek goddess of victory. It's perfect, short, snappy, and loaded with meaning. The name sticks, and a legend is born. But a great name isn't enough. They need a logo. For just $35, they commission a graphic design student to create what will become one of the most recognizable symbols in the world: the swoosh. It's simple, dynamic, and captures the essence of movement. Little did they know, this $35 investment would become priceless. Now comes the hard part, actually making the shoes. Knight and his team set out to find manufacturers. But instead of relying on a single partner, they establish a network of factories. It's a smart move that gives them flexibility and control over their production. As they're gearing up to launch Nike, legal battles erupt with Onitsuka over exclusivity. It's a tense time, but Knight and his team push forward. In 1971, Blue Ribbon Sports officially rebrands as Nike, and a new era begins. But the challenges aren't over. Just as Nike is taking off, they're hit with a $25 million customs duty case. It's all because of an obscure rule called the American selling price. Their competitors are using it to try and crush this upstart brand. For years, Nike fights this battle in the courts, all while continuing to grow and innovate. In the end, they settle for $9 million, a hefty sum, but far less than what they were facing. More importantly, they've survived a challenge that could have sunk a less determined company. As Nike grows into a global powerhouse in the 1990s and 2000s, new challenges emerge. They face accusations about their manufacturing practices and labor conditions. It's a wake-up call that forces the company to reevaluate its operations and commit to more ethical practices. Looking back, it's hard to believe that this multi-billion-dollar empire started with a college kid selling shoes out of his car. But that's the power of vision, perseverance, and a willingness to take risks. Phil Knight's journey from broke student to Nike founder is a testament to the power of believing in your ideas, even when the odds seem stacked against you. He saw an opportunity where others saw nothing, and he had the courage to chase it halfway around the world. But it wasn't just Knight's vision that made Nike a success. It was the collaboration with Bowerman, the creativity of people like Jeff Johnson, and the passion of those early sales reps. Nike's story is a reminder that great things often start small and that success is rarely a solo endeavor. What's truly remarkable about Nike's story is how they turned every challenge into an opportunity. When Onitsuka tried to limit them, they created their own brand. When faced with legal battles, they fought and adapted. And criticized for their practices, they worked to become better. This ability to pivot, to see setbacks as stepping stones, is what separates successful entrepreneurs from the rest. It's not about never facing obstacles. It's about how you respond to them. As we look at Nike today, with its iconic swoosh adorning everything from sneakers to high-fashion collaborations, it's easy to forget its humble beginnings. But that's what makes the story so powerful. It reminds us that every great journey starts with a single step, or in this case, a single pair of shoes sold out of a car trunk. So the next time you lace up a pair of Nikes, remember, you're not just wearing a shoe. You re-wearing a piece of a dream that started with a kid who had nothing but an idea and the guts to pursue it. And who knows, maybe the next world-changing idea is sitting in your head right now, just waiting for you to take that first step.